The final mouse is not acceptable. Final meme, as many call it, is kind of a joke in many ways. This is a good $100 more than the next most expensive gaming mouse, and it's still, despite years of patience for final mouse, still plagued with QC issues. I mean, how is this acceptable? The sheer volume of posts on Reddit complaining about clicking issues, weird feeling body panels, broken or problematic scroll wheels are just some of the most common QC problems found in the final mouse launch. And considering that this is a small volume gaming mouse brand, the sheer number of posts complaining about problems with QC on this mouse is disproportionately large. In fact, the QC issues are so common and so problematic that the whole subreddit has given it an unsavory name to describe the quality control that Final Mouse had, Final Meme. That plus the rather obnoxious marketing, with the company's obsession to put Final in front of everything and calling that a name. Yes, this mouse sensor is called the Final Sensor. It does irk me a little. Add to that the fact that these mice are dropped in limited supply that has driven prices to the sky with scalpers. It does make me quite frustrated as a reviewer and gives me a very difficult job of recommending or not recommending the Final Mouse TENZ edition. Why? Because this is hands down one of the greatest pieces of gaming related tech that I've ever used in my life. In terms of pure engineering and performance, it truly is quite phenomenal. But as a reviewer, I can't confidently recommend it to just any buyer or any gamer who wants a actually practical choice. A mouse that they can just buy and enjoy stress-free for the next 3 to 5 years without worrying about QC, RMA, or weird problems. So then, Final Mouse Starlight TENZ edition. One that I bought with my own money. Why is it so good, yet so bad that it hurts? The way, the design, and the build of the Starlight is really out of this world. Its chassis is made out of a full magnesium alloy, and it's as light as it is solid. Just looking at the Starlight, you get blown away by the beautiful and intricate details, the CNC panels, and even though this is the more stripped down, simplified look than the usual Starlight, because this is a TENZ edition, it's still absolutely gorgeous to look at. When you pick up the Starlight as well, it just feels phenomenal. Not only is it lighter than basically any gaming mouse ever made, except for the M2K, it's also sturdier than the heaviest of gaming mice ever made, like the G502, because the materials used are so strong and so unique. It's immaculate and it feels properly top tier in the hand. When you unbox it and use it in game for the first time, you can understand why they're charging so much. There's actually good engineering and good build and good materials put into it. It also really changes your expectations of how nice a mouse can feel in your hand, because having the cold, cool metal touch your fingers, touch your skin, just is something special. Something that very few gaming mice out there can ever provide. Not only is it light, the shape is excellent too. I've got the medium one here, which really isn't very large at all, and it's clearly not meant for palm grips. The Starlight has a compact body with gentle grooves on the clicks and sides, a pretty average click height, and a bump in the back of the mouse that's gentle in angle, non-protruding and non-intrusive. For me, it is a very good shape. Not necessarily the perfect shape, but definitely one that I do enjoy a lot. And actually does remind me quite a bit of the Viper Mini, though it's not exactly a one-to-one copy. If you've got medium to large hands, you'll love clawing or fingertip gripping this mouse. If you've got small hands, palm, so it's actually quite similar to the Viper Mini in that aspect. The clicks, however, are not as phenomenal as the rest of the mouse. While the scroll wheel and thumb buttons feel absolutely perfect, with the scroll wheel being super snappy and light, and the thumb buttons feeling very crisp and fast. The left and right clicks are really rather stiff. I believe this is because the clicks are made out of magnesium, so there's very little flex in the whole kind of click shell area, and apparently they get a lot better after a couple of weeks of breaking in, and it seems to have gotten lighter and more crisp as I've broken in the switches after a couple of days of use, but it's still a little too heavy. The sensor in here, as I said, is called the Final Sensor. A pretty pretentious way to name a mouse sensor, but honestly, it's really good. Not that you can tell the difference between this and basically any other sensor these days, but benchmark indicates that it performs on par with basically the best, just like its click latency. The coating, well, it feels pretty nice because it's literally just metal, though the Final Mouse does come with grip tape if you do decide that you want more grip, so that does add to the weight of the mouse, and you also don't get to feel the amazing metal shell, which kind of of defeats the purpose. Feet are pretty small for a gaming mouse, but it's a mouse that's very light, so I don't really have too many issues with it. I do wish that the feet were bigger though. In conclusion then, as a reviewer, the FINALMOUSE Starlight, should you buy it? Now I absolutely love this mouse, but it's really a tough sell to recommend lightly as a daily driver. As a piece of engineering to appreciate, it's a definite yes. I literally want to put this in a box on display and then just have it there, just proudly shown off. For serious buyers though, looking for a gaming mouse to actually use for gaming, I can only confidently recommend it to those that either have a lot of money to spare, who want to test out the latest and greatest, who also have money to buy a replacement if this breaks, or the other group of people will be people who have a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to handle any possible problems that might come up from RMA or warranty claims. But even then, I would really strongly recommend you try the shape properly and try it in real life if possible, or at least try mice with very similar shapes before purchasing the FINALMOUSE Starlight, since it really is an enthusiast targeted shape that not everyone might like, and with a mouse this expensive, you definitely want to get it right. If you do find that a Starlight shape is the right fit, however, and you can overlook its QC shortcomings and the risk of buying one and having to deal with RMA, but find that this is really one of the greatest gaming mice, greatest peripherals ever made. It is phenomenal to use, impressive to touch, and just wonderful to look at. And if it's the right fit for you, what more do you want from a gaming mouse? Well, USB-C, because this is still micro USB for some stupid reason. It's 2022. But I'm guessing it's probably because they want to save weight or something. I don't know. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more gaming mouse, gaming PC, PC gaming stuff. Many videos coming soon. I'll see you guys literally tomorrow. Bye.